couple of days ago, we picked all of those beautiful garden huckleberries, and now I'm going to show you how I turn them into my absolute favorite preserve so that you can make it at your house too. I like making this with half honey and half sugar, but if you want to use all sugar or all honey, that is perfectly fine. And before you get in the comments and start saying that you should use honey for everything and no sugar for health reasons, honey is sugar, guys. Honey is sugar. And while that's heating up, I'm going to zest the lemons, and then after they're nice and zested, we're going to cut them in half and juice them. And yes, I always get people in the comments also telling me that I'm putting the citrus in the citrus juicer upside down. No, you want the cut side down towards the holes. I mean, do it however you'd like to, but that's the way it's supposed to be done. I'm going to can these for long-term shelf life, so about this time is when I start to heat up my water. Once all of our citrus is in and the sugar is no longer grainy, I'm going to hit it with my immersion blender. I like this to be smoother without large pieces of fruit, but if you like your preserves with larger pieces of fruit, then you can skip this part, but I like it smooth. So then I'm going to return it to the stovetop and cook it until it starts to boil. Once it's boiling, I'm going to add my pectin. I used a lot less sugar than most preserve recipes call for, so I'm using a low sugar pectin, and I'll put both recipes in the caption. They're both delicious, but if you're not using a ton of sugar, you're going to need to use the low sugar pectin. Otherwise, it won't set up at the end. About that time, my canning water has started to boil, so that is ready. And then our preserves are boiling to the point where stirring does not stop the boiling. Then I know it's ready to can. My jars are clean and ready to fill. I do use a funnel even though I'm going to make a mess anyway. It does keep the rims a little bit cleaner. And once these are filled to the appropriate headspace for the size of the jar, I'm going to clean the rims off so that we get a really good seal. And then these lids go on fingertip tight. Then I'm going to add them to the water and process them according to my elevation and the size of the jar. While these are processing, I can fill the rest of the jars so that they're ready to go in as soon as these are done. This time I took your guys' comments into account. Normally when I take these out, I put them directly onto my stone countertops, and everybody always freaks out and says that my jars are going to burst. I mean, they never do, but I am putting them on a cutting board to make you guys feel better because you guys always tell me it gives you anxiety. But of course we have to take a little taste test while we're waiting for these to cool. These cooled overnight on my countertop, and then the next morning I take the rings off, and this prevents rusting and false seals. I hope you guys make this, and I hope that you love it too.